Anecdote.
Yesterday,
Misery are here.
all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in
Fuck you.
yes.
The YouTube channel's not any good, but he's a nice guy. I'm sorry, Mr. Boaty.
To make YouTube videos with.
Oh. You had me at YouTube videos. Let's go, Boaty.
Well, my lovelies,
Well, my lovelies.
you join us for an interesting and important part of the journey. Because today, we are not heading back to the caravan. Oh no. Where are we going, you might ask?
Yes, you might do.
Well, they might do. Give them a chance.
Should I answer the question? Is it a question? How can it be a question if nobody's asked it?
Right, I'm confused.
Good, that's where you belong. We're going to go a different way as well.
This
This
is
is rather exciting.
this
for
is
us, folks.
very exciting, isn't it?
I tell you what, you won't believe how.
Oh, a train in the station. I do love a train in the station.
Well, that is exciting.
That is really
That's a
exciting.
good place to stop there.
What, for the train? Yeah, stations are an ideal place for them to stop.
Yeah, they are.
Have you ever been on it? When was the last time you were on a train?
Oh, a long time ago.
Can you tell us about it, please?
What? Oh, right. Would you like a train anecdote?
Yes, please. Or just some factual information.
The last time I went on a train,
That's what we'd like to know about, please, yes.
I've lost my thread now. That's the trouble, you interrupt people. Why do you never have the camera pointing at us when you're recording our conversations? Or do you think it's more interesting to just be looking out instead?
I don't know.
Okay.
So are you going to tell us about this
Your
bloody
camera
train
shot,
or not?
that's one. Oh, last time I went on a train was probably with...
No, not probably. We need to know.
But I can't remember.
Okay, well, give us your best guess as to that.
Okay, about 10 years ago.
Hard work this is, isn't it, my lovelies?
What's hard work?
Getting a train-related anecdote out of you.
Well, I haven't got any. I used to work for British Rail.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, this is information we've not previously...
Shall I tell you about that?
Yes.
When I was 18, I landed a job. And I say landed because I don't even know how I got it. I don't remember going for an interview or anything like that. I just ended up working for British Rail in the mess room.
Hold on.
So that meant that I was kind of looking after the mess room, but also doing some duties outside. I was told it could be a very dangerous job. I didn't see any danger at all.
In the mess room.
No, there was no danger there. The only thing is, it used to piss people off because when I was 18, I did that thing that all teenagers do. You have earphones on, play music as loud as you could. And somebody said to me once, "Oh, that's upsetting the lads." And at the time, I thought, upsetting? What, they're going to cry? Because they can hear Metallica, like tinkling away. Now I think, yeah, it's bloody annoying. But at the time, I didn't think it would be, because I didn't understand. But now I do understand. So now I've got sympathy with all these blokes that probably all big-nosed, smoky, drinky men.
Middle-aged, big-nosed, smoky, drinky men.
Yeah, they smoke a lot. They clearly drink a lot, and they've got the smoky, drinky face that
Right.
some men get when the nose starts to expand.
Oh, the big purple
Yeah.
nose that gets all mottled.
Yeah, the mottled is the word I was actually looking for.
Right. a nice word, mottled, isn't it?
It is. It's actually quite accurate, and it's the one that I wanted to use. Yes, pity. Come on, if you move forward, I won't actually be in. There we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I shall continue with my story if you like.
Yes, please.
I've worked there for approximately 6 months. I used to get paid on Thursday cash, £126 a week.
Gosh.
Which was a lot.
A lot of money in 1972.
Well, I think it was 1988 actually.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and so what I used to do, I found my new friends down in the town. Basically latched onto anyone that was clearly into rock music and stuff. And oh, you cheeky bastard.
What would you have looked like? Oh, what would you have looked like at this time? Were you long-haired?
Yeah, just like me, but less grey.
Right.
And less
Have
bearded.
you always been long-haired?
Pretty much, yeah.
But there have been periods where you were... When did you first become long-haired?
Well, I don't know, I haven't finished my story yet.
Oh, sorry. Oh, do continue.
Right, yeah, so I would go to town and drink bottles of Newcastle Brown because being 18 I just did what everybody else did. And on Thursdays, of course, I've just been paid, so I'd have about 6 or 7 bottles of stuff.
Gosh.
And sometimes got turned up for work on Friday.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. There's only so many times you can do that before they stop letting you come back. It's not the coming back that's the problem, it's paying you to come back.
So is that how it all ended? Were you sacked for non-attendance?
So, well, I wasn't sacked, I just didn't have... It was a trial period, and I didn't meet the expectations.
Right.
I've always found...
How did that make you feel?
Relieved in some ways.
Right.
Look at that Mercedes there, do you like those?
No.
I like them, but I don't like the rust.
Do you like the man driving it who's got a mask below his chin?
Yeah, you know, if I was rude enough, I would put the window down and beep and say, "Why have you got your mask on?" And he would probably just look straight ahead. And that's how people come to do those kind of things in the first place, by not looking around them, or just looking straight ahead in their own narrow field of vision that stops them from being able to come to their own conclusions. You've already had yours, haven't you?
No.
Oh, right.
That's it. Not since Perth reset. I've still got... And you didn't get one
No, I didn't.
on the way there, so you've got to do the fat man in the chip shop.
If you really like him.
I do really like. He's one of my favourite people in the world. Do you know what I loved about it? I watched him very carefully, and when he was wrapping the kebab, he was concentrating, but it was a loving concentration.
Oh, right, like he wanted
And
to make it as nice as possible.
His moist, plump lips were slightly parted with the careful approbation with which he was giving his tasks, and I loved that about him. And I love the fact that he always looks... Basically, he has a basic undercurrent of happiness.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that he's got the full Mr. Spoon's hairstyle. The full grill cream down centre parting. And I love the fact that he's an unashamedly large man.
He is very large, isn't he?
He is very large.
In every possible direction.
It would seem so, yeah. Yeah. He's a bit of a wheezer.
Oh, yeah, well, I did feel sorry for him last summer.
Oh,
Well,
when it
it's
was
a
really
really-
hot.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you imagine how much he'd been struggling with that in a kebab shop as well, with the extra heat.
Absolutely. Can you imagine how uncomfortably sweaty his crevices would have been?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about whilst eating my kebab.
We should have taken him some talcum powder. Talcum
Someone's backing up the road there. They've got that automatic.
talcum powder is the friend of the sweaty crevice.
Is it?
Yeah. Have you ever bought talcum powder?
Yeah, I did for gloves.
Oh,
because those. Oh come on! This is boring now. I wouldn't come this way to realise that how long it was going to take. See what I mean?
Yes, we've just had an accident.
Come on. Yes, we've got through that one.
Quite a gothic church.
Yes. Can I? Yes. Let's just keep going.
What red light officer? I didn't
It
see a
wasn't
thing.
red. It was still amber.
Did you not listen to Jimmy Savile when he told you not to be an amber gambler?
Oh, yeah, I did. But then he didn't live in Rochdale, did he?
It wouldn't surprise me if he'd spent time in Rochdale.
He was a strange man.
He was a strange man.
Have you ever met him?
No.
I thought you might have done.
I think we've had this conversation before. I knew about him before it became widespread.
Yeah, lots of people did, didn't they?
Yeah.
But nobody had the, power, the influence to have their, not opinion, but what they knew. Ed.
Yeah, he kind of hid in plain view.
Yeah. What else should we talk about now then?
You choose.
Are you actually going to post this as a video, this conversation?
Oh God, yeah.
How about?
I've lost all shame.
Yeah. Shameless acts of desperation. What's he up to?
A shameless act of desperation.
Yes. That's what he's up to.
Well, my life has pretty much been a shameless act of desperation.
Yeah, and once you start admitting it, you can relax, can't you?
Yeah. Alibaba. How racist are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
What an excellent question.
Thank you.
Well, I have a theory about racism, and that is that nobody thinks that they're racist, but everybody is.
Right.
Because it's like being old. Anyone that's older than you is old. Anyone younger than you is young.
Yeah.
And
So it's subjective, you're saying?
Don't tell me we've got a cock up here. Oh shit. Do you like your food cold?
Apparently.
Why did they have to just fling temporary lights up without you ever knowing about it beforehand? Now this is the case where, had we have gone the other way, along Kingsway Business Park,
We'd have been there, Bennett.
no, we wouldn't have been there, but
No, we wouldn't.
we wouldn't have been anywhere. But I tolerated all that traffic jam, because normally once you get past the church there, it's a nice clear run all the way up to the top. You don't really get too much traffic along here normally. Yeah, so what was I saying? You only really judge other people on their racism rather than your own. And in actual fact, it's impossible to be completely zero on the scale of racist, because the fact that as long as you acknowledge there are differences between different cultures, then you can be labelled racist.
Can you?
Well, apparently so, yeah.
That was quite a long way of not answering the question.
I know. That's my speciality, it seems. But because I don't have an answer, I would say I'm not. I would say I'm not racist at all.
Right. How many?
But I'd like to be.
How many non-white friends do you have?
Right. Is that how you would?
It's one of the factors that I would throw into the mix.
Yeah, I know. That's what I should do in the first place. It's called filtering. How many non-white friends do I have?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've got any really.
Right, interesting.
Well, I mean, I have had, and I do have. I don't exclude anyone.
You just happen to have surrounded yourself with
Well, I haven't surrounded myself with them. They've become
the
people of, obviously, but the people I know these days are car people, aren't they? And British and Rover type cars are more likely to be driven by white middle class
Supremacists.
people these days. No, not supremacists. But that is the case, isn't it?
So would you be surprised if you saw a person of colour driving a Rover?
Well, I mean, I have done. I've known a few people who do, but not that many.
Right.
And you don't really see that many, do you? They don't really seem to. See, this sounds like it could be racist, doesn't it? If you say Rovers don't appeal to people of different, it's so difficult to actually explain yourself without somebody possibly saying, that was a racist comment. We don't mind saying stuff about other countries such as France and Germany or Italy, do we?
Don't we?
Well, no, I mean, there's not too much of a stigma.
Well, what sort of
We used
things
to
would
say,
you like to say about France and the French then?
Well, not necessarily anything. But if you used to say, Rover don't really appeal to the French.
Right.
Right. But if you say, Rover don't really appeal to the Pakistanis, nice move. Do you know what I mean? Right, there's been an incident, that's what it is.
There has been an incident.
Look at that fluffy thing there. What a lovely big fluff ball.
Oh, stupid. You can have a dog, have a proper dog.
All dogs are proper dogs.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are, by definition of them being. Don't tell me they've closed the Jeffing Road off.
Any dog that weighs less than 50 pounds is a cat, and cats are pointless.
No, cats are nice. I love cats.
What's the point of them?
Well, what's the point in fish?
Well, you can eat them.
Yeah, I mean, there's pets.
You can eat them.
When they die. It's just make a nice little snack.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a guppy?
No.
Right. Which ones have you eaten?
Well, I don't eat fish.
Oh, right, I see. So because you don't eat them, you can have fish and then just flush them down the toilet when they do die.
That is a part. What's happened here?
Well, you'd think some sort of fire.
Well, there are police. There's a fire engine.
Yeah.
There's
No evidence of anything going wrong.
there's a pub. There's a Honda
Oh, there's always a Honda.
with its boot open and a policeman looking suspiciously
Oh, he's
at
crashed.
it.
He's done a crash, hasn't he? That's all. But it doesn't look like much of a crash. Depends on what he's done much of a crash into. Oh, is that it? It's an awful lot of effort just for that, isn't
Oh,
it?
that does look like a fairly major crash.
Yeah, but even so, unless he's hit a bike or something, why don't you just move the stuff out of the way?
Oh, she looked angry.
Did
Oh,
you?
what a great shop. Oh, I want to go in that shop.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
What, talking about which racism is acceptable and...
Right.
So basically, it's acceptable to be racist about the French, but unacceptable, in your mind, to be racist about...
No, that's exactly the opposite to what I was saying.
Right, okay.
That it should be acceptable to just...
Be racist to everybody.
Yeah. Everyone's got the right to actually just say what they think. That's what I reckon. Or they should have the right. Without
Should they?
anybody really getting offence. Yeah, why are people so precious these days? You know, you mentioned people being offended by my long hair
Yeah.
the other week.
I did mention that. I remember it.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's ridiculous, isn't it? A ridiculous idea that something could be. But that's the way the world seems to be going. Certainly in your mind. How racist are you?
Completely a little bit.
That was very, very easy to
Well, I was
understand.
going to say I'm completely not racist,
Yeah.
but then I realised that I'm a little bit racist because I don't like the English very much, generally speaking, as a species. There are individual Englishmen and women, and Englishmen women that I like very much.
So what puts you off them generally? Because they're racist.
No, just the English culture. And this is a massive generalisation. But as a massive generalisation, I don't like British culture.
Well,
I don't admire it. There are many aspects of it which I don't admire.
So, whereas you go to France, it's much more focused on the way they do things.
I love France.
Right, but in Britain,
I think that France is the only other country that's needed in the world. France has got everything that you could possibly need.
right? Well, are you saying that? What about British culture, say 100 years ago? Or is it modern British culture that you don't like?
Pretty much all, I think. Pick any point in history and I'll find something in British culture that I don't like. I mean, Henry VIII was a rotter.
Well, there's no doubt about that. There's a man.
You're not wrong. Did you spend a lot of time at POL looking at people's shoes?
No, actually, I didn't look at them at all.
I would have. Shoes are fascinating.
They're not generally fascinating, are they?
Oh yeah, I find them to be so.
Right.
Rochdale's a bigger place than you might think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless it's not. Unless you're the person who thought that it was bigger than it really is.
No, as you get to here, it's kind of not Rochdale any longer. It's still in the borough of Rochdale, but they don't like to call it that.
Right,
There's this little run out.
because they're snobs.
Yeah. Yeah, but with good reason.
Oh, these look like more kind of middle class housing. I can imagine that those dwellings would have nice high ceilings.
Yeah, they do.
Do you like a high ceiling, or do you think it's a pointless waste of space?
Well, actually, I like it and I don't like it. It's a pointless waste of space, but it does...
I'm having that one.
Ah, right, into the other one. It makes a room more difficult to heat. I remember the house I grew up in. I think the ceilings were 7 foot.
Right.
So, as a grown-up person, I could touch the ceiling and lay my hand flat on it. But
Right.
I've not been in a house like that since. And that was typical 60s, 70s build. Little
Oh yeah.
tattoo. My friend Rob owns and runs that place.
Do you approve of tattoos?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Because they're vulgar. Oh, hello.
Yeah, I know him.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
He's called Tony Robinson.
No, he's not.
He is. No, it's called Tony Robbins. But actually, I do know him. Have you not considered that maybe I know a lot more people around an area like this than what you do?
Well, you probably do, but I don't think that... I mean, you've got a long history of waving and talking about people that you...
I know him.
No, you don't know him. You've never seen him before in your life. And I can tell by your face that's true. Oh, the Littleborough Boxing Club. Have you ever boxed?
Yeah.
Have you?
Well, not properly. I wore a pair of gloves once and had a spar.
Right. Did you enjoy it?
No, I didn't like it particularly. It was the getting punched in the face bit that I wasn't that keen on.
Right. I don't think Joe Joyce enjoyed being punched in the face on Saturday night.
Who's that?
Heavyweight boxer.
All right. Would you park your car where that Lexus is?
No.
Oh,
Do you know why?
because it's kind of in the way.
No, because it's about 60 miles from where I live. So it'd be pointless. Why would I do that?
Well, I don't know. Do you know what road this is?
No.
Have you been up here before?
Not to my recollection.
Well, you definitely have.
Oh, have I?
Yeah,
Is this a road up to Blackstone Edge?
it is indeed.
When have I been up this road?
We came up it in Gladys.
Oh, I don't remember.
Do you know?
Well, I remember going up the road in Gladys, but I didn't think it was this road.
It was.
I must
And
be
the
all,
other one. And the Craig's car as well.
I must be all discombobulated as to where I am then, and I'm not where I thought I was.
No, you're not. Trying to avoid some of these bumps is not that easy. You do 40 miles.
That lane there,
Yeah.
unsuitable for HGV.
Yeah, it was. Look at that Nissan Note's gone way ahead. That's great because it means it probably won't get in the way when I do a bit more than 40 up here.
Oh dear. Right, prepare yourself, my loves.
There's nothing to prepare yourself for.
Oh, that looks a nice place.
Yeah.
I'd like to go there.
If only we didn't have a kebab and chips to eat instead.
Oh, I remember that house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is a nice road, isn't it?
So you do remember it now?
Yeah.
Oh, what was that for?
You've just had an accident. Oh, I had a question on one of my videos.
Did you?
Yeah. Having uprated the power on this, have you uprated anything else, such as suspension, handling componentry, or brake?
No.
Right.
Why do I need to do that?
I don't know.
Uprating the power of it means it accelerates a bit faster. Unless you're taking it on a racetrack, then it doesn't really make any difference, does it? But it's fantastic. Look, it's so effortlessly pulling up this hill like this. And going quicker than it looks as well.
Will it?
Yeah, ears starting to pop a bit now. Effortless. That's the thing. That's why I quite like a diesel for this kind of thing. And there we go. That's where we're going to stop.
I have to admit, this car does really drive very well. Man. Okay.
They always do, don't they?
Here we are. Here we are.
It'd be great if one day somebody tarmacked this. Could have put the caravan up here. Just imagine the torture of backing it up on this would be.
Be a lovely spot for the caravan there. And then we could just leave it here.
Let's run for a second. Well, there's going to be our first eating in the car job, isn't it?
Is that what we're doing? We're eating in the car.
It's too windy outside. There's nowhere to actually stop. There's nowhere to actually go. I just want to sit on the wet grass.
I don't want to sit on the wet grass.
I don't want to sit on the wet grass either.
Oh, it feels like a goodly portion of chips. Mm. Oh,
What? You haven't got your seatbelt on.
I have.
Oh, have you?
Hello, and you join us here on Blackstone Edge as we ask the somewhat difficult and controversial question: Does God exist? And in particular, I'm going to direct my question at my colleague here, Captain Mustard.
Does he exist?
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's that one answered. Would you care to expand on that?
No, not really.
Right.
Well, have I got to prove why I don't think he does exist?
You haven't got to prove why. You haven't got to prove why. We accept that you believe that. But I think I speak for everybody when I say that we'd be interested to know why you believe that. What has led to that belief?
Alright, okay. You tell me why you think he does exist.
Why are you assuming that I think he exists?
You tell me why somebody might think he exists.
Okay. Because some people need a belief system in order to make sense of what would otherwise be a very random life, universe and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm convinced.
So, there you are, ladies and gentlemen.
A mind changed.
And now we move on to our second question of the day, which again I will direct at my debating colleague here, Captain Mustard. Captain, fat people, should something be done about it?
Should something be done about them?
Yeah,
Such as what?
that's for you to debate.
Well, you're offering the question.
I'm offering.
Did you just want a straight yes or no answer?
No, I would like an enlightened debate.
You don't really get a debate by asking somebody if something should be done about something when you know it's.
Do you want a real life scenario?
No. Yes. All right. Go on.
Okay, you're sitting on an airplane. It's a Ryanair flight to Malaga, and you are sitting in between two people who are so large that they are overflowing into your seat. Would you be accepting of that situation?
Yeah, but I might ask for a discount because I'm, paying for somebody else to sit where I am.
Who would you ask for the discount? The airline?
Yeah.
Would it be their responsibility?
You could say it is because they haven't provided seats big enough for the people to actually be kept in.
Well, there we are. So, are you saying that it would be the airline and society as a whole's responsibility to accommodate these oversized people, or would it be incumbent upon said people to make themselves more?
No, I know what you're going to say. And the thing is, if you pay
Woman with dog.
If you buy a ticket and when you go to sit down and the person in charge of where you are sat says, right, I see you're taking up more than one seat. There's an extra duty to be paid. Oh yeah, what's that for? I'm only taking up one seat. No, you're not. You're taking up more than one seat. The chap who you will be sat next to will be ever so slightly uncomfortable, and you're going to discount his ticket to make amends. Otherwise, you can't get on the plane. Is that what you want me to say?
I don't want you to say anything. I want you to be honest.
No, you want me to say something like that?
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you do.
Right.
What do you reckon? Well, it's not about you, is it? It's about me.
Yeah. Shall I move on to our next question?
Yeah, why not?
Paedophilia. Is it a crime or a mental health issue?
Well, it's both, isn't it? Well, it is a crime. There's a very clearly defined point of law where some things are not allowed to be done. And the fact that some people want to do those things suggests that they have a mental illness. I think that's quite a substantial answer.
It is quite a substantial answer. And how would you address that?
How
Should they be treated as criminals or patients?
Well, again, it's kind of both, isn't it? Which is what they are. They are treated as both. Aren't they? Depends on who it is, I suppose.
Yeah. Who's your favourite paedophile?
Well, I mean, we must have one somewhere. Like we have a favourite serial killer, etc.
Yeah.
There's not so much a favourite, but maybe the one that you dislike the least. It'd have to be Rolf Harris.
I knew you were going to say Rolf.
Well, because I really liked Rolf, and then you're not allowed to like him any longer. So, and I was really disappointed. With the rest of them, I thought, yeah. But then Rolf was like, oh no, surely not.
Yeah.
No, maybe they've got it wrong. They must have got it wrong.
Yeah, I had exactly those feelings with Clement Freud.
What did he do?
Apparently he was of the Rolf Harris ilk.
I don't know. Who's your favourite serial killer?
We've done this, Eileen Warner's.
Oh, we have done it, yeah. Who's your favourite master criminal?
Oh, master criminal. I'm going to give you a direct answer to that.
Go on.
My favourite master criminal is somebody that I absolutely despise, but I have a grudging admiration for what he did. Lance Armstrong.
Ah, gosh. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. It wouldn't normally be considered a master criminal, would it?
Well, the American court system would argue that that he should. Yeah, I mean, he committed perjury on a massive scale. So quite apart from the doping, he committed perjury on a massive scale. So totally a master criminal.
So why do you admire him?
Because I've got you have to admire somebody who is so arrogant or single-minded that they're willing to go way beyond what any normal person would. You know, that they're willing to take something to the absolute far limit that it could possibly go to. I mean, don't get me wrong, on a human level I despise him. I think he's a despicable human being. But you have to admire the fact that he went further than anybody else. Would you hurt people for money?
No. Would you?
Under certain circumstances, yes.
What, somebody that you didn't like?
A criminal.
Ah, right. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. If somebody gets their just desserts.
Would you, for example, if we lived in America, then, and you had the opportunity, would you become a career executioner?
I doubt it. Would you?
Yeah.
Would you?
Oh yeah. I always dreamt of having a job that was somehow in the dying business.
Yeah, that certainly is one of those.
Really, I wanted to be an undertaker.
Well, people are not going to stop dying, are they?
Oh yeah, they do.
Hey?
Yeah, they do.
They do stop dying.
Yeah. Once they're dead, that's it, they've stopped.
How long can you be dying for?
Well, I've been dying for 52 years and counting.
Well, that suggests that from the moment you're born you die, which isn't really true, is it?
I think it's exactly true. Life is a terminal illness.
But you're not dying.
It's not finite. Well, define dying.
Do you want me to?
I mean, if you define dying as the process of ceasing to be alive, then that begins at the moment of birth, doesn't it?
No. Oh, there's a cat. There's a lovely kitty cat in the yard.
Oh, how nice. Shall we eat it?
No.
I've just realised that I should have done that.
Right?
I should have done that. Oh yes, there's the cat.
A big fluff ball of happiness. Or not necessarily happiness, but
What do you think a rainbow would smell of?
I don't know what I'm talking to see.
No, neither do I.
Do you think it has a smell? Because obviously it doesn't have a smell, does it?
I don't know. Oh, bless it.
Oh, there's no well there, can there?
No, not one.
It's a bit of a knock or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Listen very carefully, I shall say this only once. Boats would like to express his heartfelt appreciation to his amazing channel members. Allen Searle, Project MGTF, Rosé-Basse-KS, Chef-Daniel, The Greenwood, Typhoon Cat, Richard Mahon, Dinosaur Dad, GPSOMG, Car Crazy Norwegian, Tricia Alderman, Black Lines, Classic Wheels Wells, Sha Brown and Mickey Jeffries. Your support means the world to him, you're all fucking legends and he thanks you from the heart of his bottom.